Yo, what's going on YouTube? So we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. I had every intention on going outside and doing a little bit of filming for this video, but as you can see, I'm not sure even if you can see, but it's wicked shitty outside. It's raining, it's muggy, it's gross, and these aren't my shoes and I don't want to ruin my camera. So today we are going to be doing this video inside. So we are just going to jump straight into it. I have a pair of Sport Blue 3s here, and I just want to give you guys a little bit of backstory on this particular pair of 3s before I actually jump into the actual subject of this video, and that is just pretty much this pair of shoes has been in my possession for customization about 3 times now. So the first time that he dropped off these shoes for customization, what he wanted me to do was to completely black out the blue portion of the midsole. So I went ahead and I did that, and the first time that I actually painted the midsole on these, we only went to about halfway through on the actual midsole, and then a few months later he hit me up saying, yo, they look good, but I feel like they could look a lot better. And I was thinking to myself, like, I couldn't agree with you more. So we dropped them off again and we decided to just bring it to the entire length of the midsole with the black. So that's where we are right now with this particular pair of Sport Blue 3s, and it does look pretty damn dope, I do got to admit, but there is definitely one more step that we can do in order to make this shoe look even better. So in this video, what I'm going to be showing you guys is the steps that I personally take in order to paint over elephant print the correct way. But before we get into that, I want to tell you guys to be sure to smash that like button. It lets me know that you enjoy the content that I'm putting out, and it also pushes me to create better content for you each and every week. And I am not going to waste any more of your time in this video right now asking for likes, so just smash that like button and let's get into painting this elephant print. Alright, so in order to get started on this project, you are not going to need a lot of things, but a few of the things that you are going to need are Angelus jet black leather dye, Angelus flat black paint, and 2 different types of brushes. Me personally, I'm going to be using this angled brush to apply the dye and this regular bristled brush to apply the paint. Alright, so we are going to jump straight into this right now, and the first thing that I need to let you know before we move forward is that elephant print is actually leather. Yes, this is an animal hide. Yes, there is a finish on it. No, you do not want to take acetone to it. That is just going to make things extremely messy. But there is one thing that we can do in order to work on this elephant print without actually having to worry about the finisher, and that is actually applying a little bit of Angelus jet black dye. Now, if you're a beginner at this, I do highly recommend taping off the shoe. This stuff does spread a little bit. It is a liquid, it is not a paint, so you do have to worry about getting it on other places other than the elephant print. But for me personally, I'm choosing not to tape off the shoe. It is just a risk I'm willing to take, so I'm going to take my angled brush and we are going to apply the dye to the elephant print. And before I get into that, I just want to give you guys a disclaimer at home. Be very careful with this stuff. It is a dye. If you get it on your carpet, it's not coming up. If you get it on your clothes, it's not coming out. If you get it on your shoes, it's not coming out. Pretty much this right here, this is fucking permanent. If you spill this, consider whatever you spill it on to be a new shade of jet black. And let's get into dyeing this elephant print. Alright, so I have finished dyeing the elephant print, and what I'm going to do now is actually let the shoe sit for a good 2 to 3 hours. What I'm doing there is just allowing the dye to actually dry and set onto the elephant print. So I guess I'll see you guys in 2 hours, or 2 seconds, because that's how editing videos works, I guess. See you in a bit. Alright, so it's been about 2 hours and the dye is completely dried onto the elephant print. I can touch it, it's not spreading onto my skin at all, as you can see here. I'm rubbing it, it is not leaking onto my skin at all. That is exactly what you want. You want that dye to be completely set into the elephant print. You do not want to spread that dye onto your paintbrush or mix it in with your paint. It's going to ruin your paint, probably going to ruin your shoes, and we're just going to jump onto the next step, and that is applying the flat black to the elephant print. Now before I jump into this, I actually want to just let you guys know to make sure that you pay attention to detail. As I'm holding the shoe right here, you can see that there is still some gray popping through the actual elephant print. Just make sure that you hit that with the paint while you're painting. Pretty much what you want to do is just make it look as factory as possible, and if people see this little outline of gray, they're just going to think that you did a horrible job customizing your shoes. So with that being said, just take the extra few minutes, look over the shoe, make sure that you didn't miss any spots, and let's get into painting this elephant print. Once you are finished with all of that, it is pretty much entirely up to you whether or not you want to apply a finisher. You can do the matte finish and duller combination. You can use regular matte, a high gloss, a satin finish. Pretty much the finish is just your preference. Now I'm probably going to be completely attacked in my comment section down below, but me personally, I am choosing to not apply a finisher on these, mainly because the elephant print on a pair of Air Jordan 3s goes through like minimal stress whatsoever. I mean, it's at a part of the toe box where it won't crease, and on the heel it doesn't move at all, so I don't have to worry about the paint chipping off of it whatsoever. So for my personal preference, I am choosing to not apply a finisher onto the elephant print. But before I actually close out this video, I want to end it by asking you guys a question. Do you guys think the Jordan brand made the right decision by releasing the Sport Blue 3 in its original form, or do you think that it should have looked something like this? Me personally, I honestly thought that the Sport Blue 3 was just way too basic of a colorway to actually lose my mind over. But when I went in and just made these small subtle changes, it really made the shoe stand out to me. I personally think that if the Sport Blue 3 released like this, people would have thought a lot differently about it. It almost looks like the Cyber Monday 3s that are going to be releasing pretty soon, and if I can be straight up with you guys, like, I had no interest in getting the Sport Blue 3s at all when they first released, and now that I'm looking at this custom that I just finished, I think that I'm going to go out and try and find a decent price on a pair of Sport Blue 3s just so I can do this to my own pair. I honestly think that this is a wicked dope custom. I really don't care what anyone else thinks, and this is just proof that you don't need to go out and do a whole bunch of crazy shit to your shoe in order to make yourself a dope custom. All I did was change the color of the midsole, extended the color of the midsole, and changed the color of the elephant print, and in my opinion, the end result is super dope. Let me know what you guys think of this custom right here. Thank you guys so much once again for tuning into my channel. Be sure to follow me on social media. All of my links are in the description down below if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing long before it shows up in your subscription feed. And as always, have yourself a good day. Peace.